All right,
Jerry
let's
from
go
the
ahead.
UK.
Hey, welcome.
Janet from Atlanta in the house.
Welcome.
Lisa.
And that's from Queens, New York.
Queens, New York. Glad to have you here. Let's go and get things started, if you guys don't mind.
We're having an affair. Is that correct?
Yeah.
She didn't get on the Zoom?
All right, Greg, you're all set.
Hey, man, thank you for all that you do. Well, listen, you guys, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depending on what part of the world you guys are actually calling in from. Just in case we haven't met yet, my name is Greg. I want to welcome all of the newest members to our Saturday Locker Room. This is where we come together every single Saturday, talk about a variety of things to get our newest members up to speed. We talk about leadership. We talk about increasing people's financial literacy. We also talk about how our specific project fits into the global scheme of everything that's going on. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fired up. I can't sleep at night. I stay in lion mode. We got the hottest thing smoking. I mean, we are the tip of the spear in the people-to-people space. And for those of you that's tuning in for the very first time, I just want you guys to understand we empathize with you if you've been a part of other businesses and projects, maybe rug pulls, things didn't quite work out the way in which you had planned. This is a home that we built that you can count on. This can be your last stop, and this can take you and be a catalyst to take you to wherever it is that you want to go from a financial perspective. I can tell you that every line of code, every I that was dotted, every T that was crossed was with that intention in mind to see people finally win in the people-to-people space. We want to drain the swamp of all those gimmicks out there that's just taking people's money but not really delivering on their end. So glad to have you guys here. And because we're so passionate about what it is that we do, sometimes on these Saturday locker rooms, we may say some things that may just rub you the wrong way. And some of you may think, well, who does he think he is? Or who does she think she is? When that happens, please just charge it to our head and not our hearts, because we're a team here. We're cooperative. We're not here to hurt anyone's feelings. We just know that some people have to be defibrillated in their spirit and in their mind in order to go in a different direction. And so just charge it to our head and not our hearts. Is that fair enough? Okay. So before we go ahead and dive right into it, I just want to see, give me a thumbs up. Everybody feeling good? Everybody feeling good on this Saturday? I know we got people from the UK. It's late at night. We got people from all over the world that's chiming in and got some outstanding information and updates that I want to share with you guys here. Okay. So having said that, I'm going to dive into this thing and give you guys some updates in terms of what we got going on. As you guys know, we're always evolving. I want to give you guys an update in terms of where we're at with the facelift that we're going to be giving your site. We want to create something, you guys, that is going to allow you to really be proud and go into your back office and build a multi-million-dollar enterprise. So I just want to get you guys up to speed in terms of where we're at right now. We're looking to have the new site up probably within the next week to 10 days. We want to make sure everything is operating properly. So I just want to let you guys in on what's transpiring so far. Okay. So that you guys know, the landing page is going to be different. This globe that you guys see here, it's going to be spinning. Okay. And the lines and the dots, the lines are going to be moving, really speaking to us connecting the citizen wallets around the world, collectively us building our international bank. It says the future is inspiring. That's going to change. That's just a filler right now, but it's going to say the future of, and just how it is on our current landing page, it's going to share the future of giving, the future of receiving, the future of entrepreneurship. That's going to change. And this right here is going to say banking is necessary, but banks are not, and you'll be able to log in. But this globe will be spinning, okay? So it's going to be very, very attractive when you come to the landing page. Now, when you sign up, the globe will continue to spin. This is what the sign up page is going to look like, okay, here in the very near future. I'm letting you guys know that everything that we're doing is about doing it with a spirit of excellence. And so that you guys can feel confident that when you go into your back office, you're going to be able to sit at your desk, pull out your smartphone and start dialing and actually inviting people to come into your back office, and you'll be able to do a demonstration. More on that in just a second. Okay. This is going to be the login in terms of how it looks. Now you see this blue on the outside. That's not going to be there. It was just the designer was just highlighting that when we were having the discussion about how the design is going to actually look. Okay. Now, this is going to be your back office. So when you first get back there, this activate is going to be grayed out, meaning your account's not live at this moment in time. All right. But you'll be able to activate at citizen, or you'll be able to activate, at the enterprise level. I think I share with you guys that we're off to an outstanding start, that 70% of people that are getting involved are coming in at enterprise, which indicates that people see the real value of what it is that we're doing. Okay. So once you get activated, it's going to change and the globe is going to turn into the color. Now, it's not going to be spinning at this moment in time because we want your back office dashboard to promote work. It's time to build your bank, if that makes sense to everyone. And I want to encourage you guys to begin to think like a banker. Think like Jamie Dimon, who's the CEO of Chase Bank, right? I want you to think from that standpoint. And it's all about opening up accounts. That's the bottom line. When you hover over it, it's going to be able to extend and have some animation there, but your wallet value will be there. Your cooperative value will be there as well. Hope you guys can get an idea of how clean and crisp and how snappy it's going to be, okay? You're going to have over here is going to be your main menu over here. Down here, your picture in most of the world with your email address is going to be down here. And when you click on that, it's going to take you to your actual profile. And that's pretty cool. And so once again, when you go to your profile settings, you'll be able to have a nice picture there as well. Once again, with your email address and things of that nature. And this is what your profile settings is going to be able to look like. Okay, where you're able to have your name, email address, phone number, save your changes there, your password settings, and all that good stuff there. But everything is going to be laid out like you're running a multi-million-dollar enterprise. And that's so important that you guys really, really grasp that you are a legitimate business owner. You didn't just sign up in another business deal. You actually signed up with a franchise-like opportunity to build your own international bank. And so everything that we're doing is to put that in motion so that you can see it from an aesthetic point of view, but also not just for a design purpose. We want it to be intuitive so that you're able to really utilize it as well, okay? So this is what it's going to look like, okay, from your profile settings perspective, okay? Your transaction history is going to look similar to this right here, where you're going to be receiving your payments and all that kind of stuff. And so we wanted to really expand how the transactions are going to pop up for each and every one of you. So hopefully you guys are feeling really, really good about where we're going to be going here in the next week to 10 days, that when you expose this to people, they're going to really get a sense that there's something big, there's something massive going on here that's going to completely disrupt the people-to-people space. And I'm here to tell you guys, I need for you guys to really get on the same frequency with some of the leaders. All right, we're going to create more cash flowing millionaires than any other company in the people-to-people space, whether it's affiliate marketing, network marketing, high ticket, percent daily programs. All right, we are cooperative, and that's exactly what we intend to do, because we're playing in the biggest industry on planet Earth today, and that's the financial industry, which we're bringing a whole different flavor and approach, whereby because of the promise of blockchain, we're putting the power, all right, of transactional control in the hands of the people. Make sense? So I'm really excited about that. And so once again, this is just an update in terms of how it's going to look. You guys can see here, rather than just being able to put in 3 people's information, you can put in 7 at a time, and you'll be able to hit submit. Okay. Over here is going to be the countdown of your next subscription is going to be over here. You're going to see your analytics in terms of how your business is actually growing, on a daily, weekly, monthly, and annual basis. So this is like your, you got to be like, what's my man's name out of Star Trek? I think Captain Kirk, so to speak, where this is just your dashboard, and you're going to have it at the fingertips for you to build your enterprise. Okay. So the whole goal is that we want to have this dashboard that when you pick up that phone and you contact people, we're going to set it up where you have all the videos, push play video overviews and everything in your back dashboard, that you don't have to wait for a live meeting. You can actually invite people to your back dashboard, to our resource page, share your screen, edify the presenter, press play, right? And if they're ready to rock and roll, you're going to come right here to your dashboard, put in their information, hit submit. They get the email. You set them up with an onboarding specialist, and then you set up their strategic partnership meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, we're really, really streamlining this approach so that you have complete control over how fast you want to build your business. Make sense? If they're not interested after you do the, show and tell from your back office, once we get all this set up, no problem. Sometimes people need to look at this a second or third or even a fourth time because it's mind blowing. Like, is this thing really real? Does it really behave this way? We know it does. But sometimes because people have been a part of so many different, poor projects that they have to take it a second or third look. And that's okay too, moving to a live overview that we have set up as well. So I wanted to share that with you guys and hope you guys feel pretty good about that. And I'll get some more feedback from you guys once we conclude today. But here's what I want you guys to understand, okay? We're on a mission to build and enable decentralized financial technologies, you guys, worldwide. All right. This was intended to create financial and social impact on the world. And so when you understand the intent of what it is that a company's all about, like we really want to help money fulfill its highest purpose. That's the purpose of Mosca, for money to fulfill its highest purpose. There's a huge wealth gap inequality. I think we all would agree that money is not currently fulfilling its highest purpose. And so we want to fill in the gap. We want to have money flowing throughout the world very, very seamlessly. And now that we have something in place where people have the power to dictate that, something that's 100% mutually beneficial, there's no stopping us. There's no stopping in terms of what we're going to be able to create worldwide in the people-to-people space. So get fired up about it. Have that lion mentality, if that makes sense. Okay? So I want to break something down for you guys. We always hear this topic that banking is necessary, but banks are not. That's one of our slogans. So I want to spend some time here, and I'm going to slow down because if you can get what I'm getting ready to share with each and every one of you, you're going to literally lose sleep. No one's going to ever talk you out of this particular business project because you're going to understand the essence that this is 100% a choice and not a chance. All right. So as you guys know, in Mosca, participants are both the lender and the borrower. And the reason why that's possible is because of blockchain, right? Because of blockchain being a ledger, it basically reduces and pulls out the intermediary, the middle person in between the lending and the borrowing. And because it's the intermediaries that collect all the money. And so when you remove that out of the equation because of blockchain technology, now we're able to become both the lender and the borrower at the exact same time. Now, in our environment, borrowers can borrow money at a 0% interest rate. Think about how powerful that is. While lenders can earn a higher return compared to savings and investment products offered by banks based on our internal rate of return. Our internal rate of return, you guys, is the 10-week theoretical that we share with people. I'm going to show you guys that in just a moment. And I'm really breaking this thing down because I want you guys to simplify this thing for people so that they understand the power of what we're offering them. Okay? So the internal rate of return is our 10-week theoretical. People are able to borrow money at a 0% interest rate. I'm going to share with you guys what I mean by that in a moment. While lenders can earn higher returns compared to savings and investment products offered by banks and other financial institutions based on how we program this to behave and because of the benevolence of blockchain technology. So our system is powered by ancient wisdom. For many of you, MOSCA stands for Mobius Savings and Credit Association. And at some point in time, I'm going to break things down in terms of how that came to be. I'm telling you guys that this thing has been divinely orchestrated. And so based on ancient wisdom, blockchain technology, and smart contract automation can help you achieve your monthly recurring revenue goals faster, cheaper, and better with 100% mutual benefit. I want to spend some time and we're going to talk about this right here. I remember the first time that Douglas Ford, he had heard it before, but he had heard us say on Locker Room, it's 100% a choice and not a chance. And so for some of you, you guys have heard us say that before, but I wanted to really click in today, because when it clicked in for D Ford, for those of you that are working with his outstanding leadership, you could knock the smile off his face with an axe because he got it. A lot of this business is caught and not taught. Then someone else heard him speak in a presentation. Eric Muhammad heard the words 100% mutual benefit. Everything is about 100%. Now, the reason why I'm emphasizing this, you guys, is because, let's talk here. When you're talking to a friend or a family member and you're telling them there's something that has 100% mutual benefit, who in their right mind would not want to be a part of something that is 100% mutually beneficial? I'm going to stop my screen because I want to see everybody here real quick before I show my next screen. Who in their right mind would not want to be a part of something that is 100% mutually beneficial? Everybody would, right? So it's not something that you have to sell some person on. The only thing that you have to do is prove it to them. Does that make sense? So if somebody doesn't want to be a part of something that's 100% mutually beneficial, you may want to distance yourself away from them. Because seriously, if you can win and I can win and we can all win, who would not want to be a part of something like that? So we don't have to sell people on it. All we have to do is prove it. I'm getting ready to prove it to you guys. Here we go. Now, we're going to go to this page that you guys have seen many times before. This is the 10-week theoretical. This is our internal rate of return. Let's talk about the 100% mutual benefit that we don't have to sell any sober thinking person on. We just have to prove it to them. Here's the proof. In our environment, and this is the enterprise, when you refer 3 people, right, you receive $149, right, as a thank you for helping us extend the network. We've connected more digital wallets to build our international bank, right? So that's a benefit to you, right? Now, those 3 people that got started, it's a benefit for them because guess what? They got involved in an environment where they can start generating monthly recurring revenue, which is the number one goal in finance, is to have monthly recurring revenue greater than your monthly obligation. So it's a benefit to them, and it's 100% mutually beneficial. Also, 9 other people that were in line ahead of you on the income escalator saw an increase in their residual monthly recurring cash flow. So it's a benefit to them. So far, everyone's benefiting in this equation, right? Now, let me help you understand this. This red here, when we talk about being the borrower and the lender at the exact same time, those people, that's their one time that they have to lend. This is just, lending is a one-time execution. The borrowing is all the time, independent of your involvement, without repayment. Let's pause here for a minute, y'all, because y'all need to understand what we're talking about here. So when you put somebody on game in terms of becoming their own bank that is 100% mutually beneficial, you only have to do it one time. 3 people that you want to get wealthy with and build a bank with one time. It creates 100% mutual benefit. But the lending part of our business model is one time. So when your 3 strategic partners do the exact same thing, right? They refer 3 people that are willing to do the one-time lending, one time out of pocket. Guess what happens? You go up to $173 when they make $149, and then 8 other people that were in line ahead of you saw an increase in their residual deposits. No one's losing in this equation here, right? Everyone that gets involved and refer 3 and teach duplication, everyone wins and benefits. This is fluid. This isn't stagnant, right? So week number 3, when they do it, one-time borrowing or lending, what happens? You're up to $328 in unavoidable residual cash flow because once again, everything we see in red is a one-time execution. That's the lending part, you guys. Everything you see in green, right, is the borrowing without repayment. That's independent of your involvement. That's all the time. I hope you guys are understanding how this works. And so as we duplicate this, see, I don't want you guys just to see this is a compensation plan. I want you to understand how it behaves for everyone, right? Look at the red one time, but look at the green. All of this is happening independent of everyone's involvement in a 100% mutually beneficial environment. There doesn't have to be any losers here. Because when you look at this here, you're at 597,000. Your three best friends are one stage behind you on the income escalator, knowing that as with perfect duplication in a 100% mutually beneficial environment, the following week they can be at 597,000. Their besties are 1 week behind them at 31,000. Theirs are 1 week behind them at 12,670, and so on and so forth, in a 100% mutually beneficial environment, as we're just simply building an international bank together, so that then we can go to this phase 2, start buying land, other decentralized resources and innovations to put on top of our international bank that we have revenue sharing ownership with together. And this thing continues to go up for everybody because the story is the story. So I'm really trying to get everyone to catch this. It has to go beyond your intellect here. When we talk about 100% mutually beneficial, that's not something we should have to sell our friends and family on. The only thing we have to do now is prove it. And so that's when it becomes 100% a choice and not a chance. Because if something's 100% mutually beneficial, now it rests on the eyes of the beholder looking at this. It's now 100% your choice because there's no chance here based on how this has been programmed. So we don't have to sell it. We just have to prove it. And our 10-week theoretical example here, our internal rate of return proves it to everyone. There are no losers here. Okay? So feel confident when you're talking to people and you invite them to your back office to look at an overview. Make sense? So having said that, team, the benefits of participating in MOSCA, number one, access to unlimited funding. See, we're doing things with better fundamentals. It's no different than Uber. We talk about how Uber disrupted the taxi cab industry. Airbnb disrupted the hotel and hospitality industry because they built a platform model that came with better fundamentals. MOSCA is disrupting the financial industry because we're doing something with better fundamentals because we're taking advantage of blockchain technology and smart contract automation. Number two, interest-free borrowing. Because the only interest you have to pay is refer 3 people one time and have them and teach duplication. That's your interest. A little bit of sweat equity. And it's going to put you in a rhythm where you're going to continue to access unlimited monthly recurring revenue from this day forward, from a one-time execution. Transparency and accountability in MOSCA. Because this is on the blockchain. It's verifiable on the blockchain. Right? You don't have to trust me. You don't have to entrust your inviter. It's verifiable. Okay? Prosumer driven. Right? In education and savings, the prosumer aspect of it. This is a subscription to ownership and not a subscription to consumption. So remember what a prosumer is. It's a consumer and a producer combined, whereby you're able to make money as you spend money. Well, Greg, what do you mean by make money as I spend money? Well, when you're spending money, that's your $28 monthly subscription. That's covered when you refer 3, or your $127 monthly subscription. That's covered when you refer 3. That's your spending. That's going to be on autopilot because we're recycling that same money, right? Now, and making money is thereafter, you're going to continue to receive escalating residual cash flow independent of your involvement as everyone completes the one-time execution that, once again, is 100% mutually beneficial, and that's 100% a choice and not a chance. Not 99.9, 100%. People, put that in my hands any day of the week. We have 100% control over the velocity of money. We have 100% control right now to take your financial wherewithal, wherever any one of you are at right now. I want you to sit with this for a moment. If you're only making $30,000 annually, working 40 hours a week, 50,000, 100,000, but you're trading hours for dollars, you now have in the palm of your hands a business that can take you to a whole different stratosphere in life experience, lifestyle experience, right? People, we're excited about this deal. You need to get excited. You need to understand the value of what you have your hands on, okay? A global community building and networking. Once again, when you own the bank, you don't owe the bank. Now you're able to connect. When we come together with live events that we're going to be coming together with, guess what? Now at these events, we're going to be networking. Some of you may have some great ideas that can take Mosca and put on top of the Mosca platform to take things to a whole nother level and empower people to generate even more money and have more assets, because now we can pool our money together, right? We can buy things together, if that makes sense to everyone. So these are the benefits of participating with Mosca, okay? So the highest form that civilization, this was by Charlie Munger. He said the highest form that a civilization can reach is a seamless web of deserved trust. Not much procedure, just totally reliable people correctly trusting one another. For some of you, you have to identify people in your life that you trust and they trust you. I would assume that many of you have people that's in your life that you trust them. Otherwise, why would they be in your life? It's time to have a real sober conversation with them. It's time to get into their face, kneecap to kneecap, and say, listen, man, or listen, girl, or however you want to talk to them. I found something that we can take our lives to a whole nother level financially. We can literally be our own bank. I want to go into business with you. And I don't want you to say no until you look at this information. I mean, we got to get there. Some of us have to go there with some of the people. And maybe because you dragged them into other things that didn't work out, deal with that elephant in the room. Say, I'm sorry about that. Okay? But we're not going to stop, looking for something that can help us improve our life. And I found it. Make sense, everyone? So I want to share this video with you guys, and it's pretty powerful here. And this gentleman here, let me move myself out of the way. This gentleman was asked, what's your business? And I want you guys to listen to every word that he says here. He created a business that he just gets pennies on every transaction. And then he also talks about people. And it really is going to help you understand the power of what we have our hands on as it relates to Mosca. There's some people that say, well, Greg, we do this and we get $7.50. No, it's not $7.50 one time. It's reoccurring, right? Understand the power of that. So check out what he's saying here, and hopefully this will resonate with each and every one of you.
What's your business?
I sold software.
What did the software do exactly?
You ever go to the doctor?
Yeah.
You ever go to the hospital?
Yeah. Of course.
You ever go to the lab?
No.
Whenever you pay your bill with a credit card,
Yeah.
I get a couple pennies off of it
Oh.
in the whole United States
And how come?
because I own the patent,
The patent for what exactly?
the process.
The process to pay
Victoria's saying she wants to go. It was pennies.
for... It was pennies, but volume.
Well, the whole United States, everybody paying them something with a medical bill with a credit card.
And one more question. What did you learn about people that's so surprising?
About people,
Yes.
I'll tell you, you figure out who you can trust and take them with you all the way. You make life good for them, they make life good for you. And it's about the people. It's all about the people.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
It's all about taking some people with you that you can trust, and they trust you and take them all the way. That's the benefit of Mosca, and that's what we're doing here, you guys, with Mosca. So I want to share this with you guys, and we're not going to keep you guys too long today, but I'm going to shift gears. I'm going to talk about how to invite, but I want to also show you guys this that we've added into the back office here real quickly. Some of you may not have known this, but I'm going to show you guys this real quickly. Okay, that's there. Let's log in. Oh, that's a different one. Hold on. Go into this test account here. Like this. All right, so we're in the back office of the test account here. Now, what we've added here, and understand it's going to get a facelift, but it's going to be in the new site that we're going to do. But right now, we have added learning here. When you click on this, okay, what we've added here is the ability to do a press play overview. So if you click on that, the PDF is going to pop up here. You can make them go full screen. Sometimes you're going to see this a little quirky here, but you're supposed to be able to play on that video. Just go forward and then go back. And there you have it. And what's here is a recorded overview that you can actually press play. Let me just do that real quick. Evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're chiming in from. Okay. So we have that back there for you. And so what you want to begin to do, you guys, in between the live calls, take ownership of your business from your back office. Think about how cool it is when you call and invite somebody to take a look at something, all right, and you're having your strategic partnership meeting. They can come in and you can actually show them this in the press play environment. Make sense? So we have that there, and it's a full, then after that, it's just for those of you that want to do it yourself. The pages are here. The Elon Musk video is here as well in terms of PayPal, even though it's discussed in the recorded overview that I'm conducting there. But that's all right here for you as well, just in case, you know, you need to give them a refresher real quickly. Okay. There's also this video here with the testimonial from Dwayne Eddings that we added here.
This is the first
And Linda,
transactional win-win in the money world that's ever existed. And I just want to thank you.
I appreciate your effort. MCC Flip.
My name is Dwayne Eddings.
Hey, all right. So we have that there for you as well, right? And then if they're ready to get started, getting started next steps, we put that in here for you. And so here are the steps, you guys. If somebody, after they've watched it and you're like, come on, let's rock and roll, then what you're going to simply do is you're going to send that new citizen an invite. So from your Mosca back office, even the one that you have now, even though this is the way it's going to look here in the next 7 to 10 days, you can still go ahead and send them that to their email, right? Now, once you've sent that to them, you're going to schedule their onboarding. Literally at the exact, right after that, say, listen, let's get you onboarded. Now, either you can do it yourself, or you can go ahead and have them have the white glove treatment with one of our onboarders. And I'm going to show you guys how that works here in just a moment. Okay. So you go to that onboarding specialist list, you open up one of the calendars there, and you ask them what time works best for you. And this is something that's going to be critically important, team. And we're going to talk about this here even more. You got to let them know to show up on time. All right. And to show up. We got to start acting like professionals. Let them know that there is no cancellations here. There is no refunds. When you send the money to that onboarding specialist, we're not carrying it over to the next one or anything like that. This is a multi-billion-dollar operation, and they need to understand that this is how we behave as professionals, okay, moving forward. I have a corporate background, and there was just a certain mindset in the most successful businesses that I was associated with, and we're doing the exact same thing here. So this is not a Rudy Poot fly-by-night that, oh, I forgot about it or I fell asleep and all that. No, none of that stuff. You can't be serious about becoming successful if you're operating with that kind of mentality. Make sense? And so you want to schedule their onboarding. They pick the time. Let them know it's going to set aside a half an hour to an hour. All right, white glove treatment. And then once you have that scheduled, you're immediately setting up their strategic partnership meeting. That should happen within 48 hours of them getting started. Make sense? So even we added here, you can show them. You can watch this video on how to do it. You just hover from your back office. You can hover on their screen. So let's go ahead and say Valencia. You hover on Valencia and you go to her Calendly schedule. And you make sure that they look at all the information, you guys. I mean, this is cool stuff here. And all the details are right here. They're going to tell you exactly what you need to do. You walk them through that. Let them see it. Because what duplicates, right? Because so many of you are skipping steps and then you're not creating duplication. So the moment that you invite someone, the duplication process starts. A lot of people miss that in the people-to-people space. The moment you pick up that phone and start talking to a new prospect to pique their interest, the duplication process has began all the way through to this part here, so that when it's their turn to turn around to do it for their 3, they know what to do. And so then you just go ahead and click on, let's just say, okay, this is Monday. You click on and you see the available times there. And so if it's 10 o'clock a.m., you click on that, hit next, and then you put in the information right here. The name of the person that's being onboarded, not you, the invited, but the name of the citizen, the new citizen that's being onboarded, and their email address, because they're going to receive notification, okay, immediately, and then also probably, I think, an hour before. Make sense, everyone? So we put this in motion for everybody, and we're pretty excited about it. Now, let's go back here. Let's close out of this. The other thing that we have back here, if you want to go directly to how to schedule with onboarders, that's back here as well. You don't have to go to the end of that page. You can just, make it large here, right? It gives you the steps as well, and then it's the same page here. Okay, so we added that. Let's close out of that. And then we also how to fund your MetaMask wallet, right? So you have the option to do it yourself. Move forward here because that play button is a little bit small there, so I'm gonna go back. So you have the option to do it yourself, so you can use our certified onboarding specialist, or you can follow the do-it-yourself instructions, which start on page 3. And it'll take you all the way through the process there, okay? So you guys need to understand that we're doing everything in our power to make this thing user-friendly for each and every one of you moving forward. And hopefully you guys can see. So, I mean, this looks rudimentary right now, but trust me when I tell you, with the new site, the new back office, it's going to be classy, all right? And it's going to be something you can be proud of, and it's going to be something that you can use to build your business as big as you want to build it, okay, moving forward. So let's talk about real quickly. I want to talk to you guys about the importance to invite. We have to really streamline this process of how to invite effectively. Way too many people talk a little bit too much. You're talking people in and out of the business, and I'm telling you guys what I know. Less is best. So the main tip, let me change this here so that you guys can see what I'm focusing in on. The main tip here to effective inviting is you have to have excitement, not hype, okay? Because a lot of people around the world don't like hype. In fact, a lot of people in other parts of the world, they think Americans are too salesy and too hypey. So it's not about being hype, but you can have a natural excitement and urgency, all right, when you're talking to people. And this is important. Never text someone an invite when you're making a multi-million-dollar offer. Be a professional, have posture, right? For guys out there that ask their wife for their hand in marriage, you didn't text them that, I'm sure. You had to be there, got on your knees, and ask, will you marry me? There's just certain things that require intimacy and a personal touch. To me, there's nothing less professional than texting people, and I receive in my inbox all the time. People just texting me about a business. They don't even inquire whether I'm doing something right now, as if I'm just sitting around waiting for them. Like, I knew you was going to text me about this next great idea that you're in, your 10th business that you're a part of. People, you got to start realizing and looking at things from that vantage point. How would you want someone to pique you or to talk to you about a business? And you just do the exact same thing, just have intimacy. So when you call someone up from your contact list, you just simply want to say, look, I want to go into business with you, right? Now, typically, people are going to ask, well, what's it about? Oh, really? Well, okay, that's cool. What kind of business are you talking about, Greg? It's about having our own bank. How about that? It's an extremely exclusive deal. And here's the thing, because I'm talking right now, you guys can even add, listen, basically we partnered with a gentleman that is showing people how he built an international bank from his home, received over 80,000 deposits, and he shows people how they could do it as well with the exact same blueprint. We can literally build a bank worldwide, okay? If that's what you wanted to add. But you can keep it as simple as it's about having our own bank. Look, Terry, it's an extremely exclusive deal by invitation only. And so the tip here is that the truth doesn't need a lot of words, team. It really, really doesn't. It's the lies that require a lot of elaboration. So don't talk too much. So after you say it's about having our own bank, it's an extremely exclusive deal, you want to just immediately invite them and say, look, I'm hosting a strategic partnership meeting on whatever date and time that's going to give you all the information that you need. And, we'll entertain questions then. Can you attend? And for some of you, what you're going to be able to do is invite them to a Zoom meeting. You have everything set up. You do a Zoom screen share, press play, and walk them through the process. Right then, you don't have to wait for a live meeting, you guys, right? Because once again, some people need to watch it a second or third time. So just play around with it, get in the back office, get familiar with the buttons. And like I said, in the next 7 to 10 days, we're going to have our new website and back office dashboard up and running, but you can start building a multi-million-dollar business today. Okay? So keep it very, very simple. Simple scales, fancy fails. Just invite them, send them a reminder text, with the Zoom links, maybe 30 minutes before a meeting, and that's it. Less is more. Okay? So once again, these are the steps here that you take them through. After they've looked at it, they say, hey, I'm interested. Put in their basic information, hit submit. They'll get the email. While they have that coming, go right to the onboarding scheduling menu, get them scheduled right away, white glove treatment. See, you're showing them the simplicity of the process at that moment in time, right? Then immediately set up their strategic partner meeting. Even before they're actually getting onboarded. They may be getting onboarded the next day. Set up their strategic partnership meeting that should happen maybe that evening, even if they're getting on board the next day. Because once again, money loves speed. Okay?